Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Now, Halloween is coming. Now, Wargaming teased when we went Tank Fest. Wargaming did tease the next partnership, who they're going to work with. Well, they didn't tease who they're going to work with, but they teased that the next people they're going to collaborate with are very, very exciting. Now, for me personally, I am excited because this was one of my favorite shows to watch. It was one of my favorite TV series to watch. I absolutely loved The Walking Dead. Now, some may like it, some may hate it. Up until I think there was like 12 seasons. Up until sort of season 10, really good. And then the last couple of seasons, it honestly, because of COVID and stuff like that, when they were recording, they were bad. Like the last couple of seasons, they were really bad. But overall, I loved the series. Now, Wargaming are working, of course, with The Walking Dead. Again, like I said, I absolutely love The Walking Dead. So to see Wargaming collaborating with The Walking Dead, I'm excited. You know, you've got the two of the main characters, Negan and Daryl, which I love both of them. I think Negan is great, the great actor, and I think he plays it very well. And of course, with Negan comes his baseball bat, which is Lucille. So I'm glad, you know. I think Wargaming, even with this teaser video, I think they've done a very good job. I think it looks fantastic. So yeah, overall, I think the camos, etc., I think they are all looking good. And you know, Wargaming have done this recently. They've started doing these collaborations. Some camos are better than the other. Of course, we've seen Deadmau5, which they've worked with. We've seen loads of people who they've actually worked with. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to The Walking Dead calibration. So I'm really looking forward. So what is actually coming? So let's just go back to the news section. So be aware, AMC's The Walking Dead is here. So starting October the 9th, dive into the dark and ruthless atmosphere of AMC's legendary television series and claim unique rewards inspired by The Walking Dead. So survivor tanks, camouflages, collectible items every fan will recognize. I mean, every fan will recognize, probably. So but not everyone likes The Walking Dead, so this of course is not for everyone, but it's never going to be for everyone. Some may love it, some may hate it. As well as profile backgrounds and avatars featuring two iconic characters. I'm surprised one of them isn't Rick. I know Rick was the main character, and he left sort of halfway through, but you know, I like Daryl, I like Negan. I think they're both great to add into this collaboration. Stand side by side with the legendary survivors. So join the hunt and fight the dead. So this is probably where the Survivor series is coming from. It's basically like the new game mode, which is basically like zombies as such. If you hit the zombie, you die. If you get hit by the zombie, you die, etc. So I love the fact that this Halloween, like, a lot is coming. And of course, also what has come is Halloween tanks. Now, I've spoke about the Dracula more recent, because honestly, I do think the Dracula is a fantastic tank. Now, there's certain tanks in the Bad Company as such, which is basically Halloween tanks, that are really good. Now, the first of its kind was, of course, the Tankenstein. Now, when this first was released, it was released for free. People gave, you got it in the event. It was fantastic. A bit different, of course, but yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, they did release the Dracula and the Hellsin, which again, both were absolutely free. Well, one of them was free. You had to pick if you wanted the Dracula or if you wanted the Hellsin. But at the time, both of them were very much overpowered. Nowadays, I still, to this day, love playing the Dracula. However, the Hellsin there's no point playing the Hellsing, like, because you got the Annihilator. The Hellsing was one of a kind. It was a double barrel shotgun. It was one of a kind. But then they released the Annihilator, which went up one up, you know, because it had a triple gun. So even now, you very rarely see the Hellsing because it isn't a great tank nowadays. And there are some other tanks which is questionable. Like this tank, I mean, it looks hideous. It looks weird as hell. I don't think it's a fantastic tank. It looks the part. It looks like a beast. But personally, I think it is a poor tank. And then, of course, you've got other tanks, the Lycan. Yeah, okay, but it does have the werewolf defense, which is kind of one of a kind. So what that is, the internal modules and gun do not receive critical damage, which, you know, some may say that was overpowered, but it's still a strong tank, but I don't think it is overpowered. And then you have the Pharaoh, which, yeah, it's okay. You also have the Lightbringer. Yeah, not the best. You have the Nightmare tier 5. Yeah, it's okay. It packs a punch, but nothing special. And then another tier 5, the Medjay, which again is quite poor. But the only one that I think that stands out other than the Dracula, which I absolutely love, is the Forest Witch. Now, this tank is actually a very, very good tank. It has a 4-shell auto reloader with the reserve shell, so you do have to bear that in mind with the reserve shell, is you've got to try not to shoot that last shell. You do have the emergency track, which is great because it allows you to move backwards at a speed of 7 kilometers if your main track has been destroyed. That has it on a couple of tanks, but yeah, I do think the Forest Witch is a very, very good tank, along with the Dracula. And if I'm going to recommend any of those Halloween tanks, then it would definitely have to be the Forest Witch. Now, we do know in the coming weeks there will be a new Halloween tank, and it's called the Biter. Now, of course, a video will come off the Biter in due course, but with that, it looks like it is a tier 8 tank. So slightly different, because most of your Halloween tanks are actually tier 7. However, the Biter, I believe, is tier 8. So, of course, in due course, we will make a review. We will make a video. But for my personal preference, if you're looking at Halloween tanks so far, it has to be the Dracula and the underdog, which I do think the Forest Witch is. It really is the underdog. People don't think or realize just how good the Forest Witch is. But let me know what Halloween tank is your favorite in World of Tanks Blitz. Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. Also, let me know, are you a Walking Dead fan? Again, it's not going to be for everyone. You're either going to love it or you hate it. I love it. I think it was fantastic. I really enjoyed watching the series up until the last 2 seasons. But yeah, I really did love it. And I'm glad they are adding Negan. He's back, Lucille, and of course Daryl Dixon. So again, let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.